What's up, guys? Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to take a look at the overall market. We had a beautiful day yesterday. We're looking green today. So I thought I'd give you my overall, thoughts about the market and where I see it going. And then I'm also bringing you a penny stock that I added to the portfolio last week that I think has a ton of opportunity moving forward. So let's jump right in. All right, guys, before we get started today, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification for me. We're just about to break 800 subscribers, so, join the family. I'd really appreciate it. There's a link down in the description to my Patreon account. If you come down there, you'll get access to the private Discord where we talk stocks, links to 4 different portfolios so you can see exactly what I invest into. And then anytime I buy or sell a stock, up to the second I do it, I send out a notification so you can follow along with that. But I'm doing the first 50 for just $1. That's the day one squad. We've got, right around 10 spots left. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to come join the community, be a part of the family, we would love to have you. So come on over. But guys, let's jump in. Let's not waste any time. Yesterday, we had a pretty nice day. We had some of our plays that were, kind of getting short squeezed and just erupting. But overall, the whole portfolio was green. I think I had 1 or 2 stocks that were in the red, and they might have been in the red 1%, if that. So, that's one red day, one green day, That does not mean we're seeing a trend reversal, in the overall market. I do kind of think that there is, some things that are going to be happening here in the coming weeks. My overall thoughts of the market right now is that if you notice the stocks that blew up yesterday, that took big runs, up 10, 20, 30%, those were the stocks that got beat down the hardest, way past March lows. If you look back to middle of March, even towards the end of March, the stocks that found their base and have stayed above that base or right at that base, they were up half of what the stocks that blew right through that March base, were at. Like Skills, Get Capital 3, stocks like that just kept going farther and farther down all through March and now all through April are the ones that got short squeezed and went back up. Like I said in my last video, Wall Street likes to push things to both sides of the extreme. They go from one side of the spectrum to the other. And what I think is going to happen, in the next couple of weeks is pretty much the opposite of what was happening in January and February, where we pushed things to the absolute extreme on the upside, stocks getting up to outrageous numbers. You take a look at Skills, it was trading at $45 back in, January, February, and then it ran all the way down to $12. Well, when you're looking at hedge funds and Wall Street and, they can make a ton of money by pushing the stock to the upside to the top of the extreme. They can also make a ton of money by pushing it down to the downside to the absolute extreme. But it was down 70% off its highs. Like, you can only push it so far before it's going to start pushing back. Eventually the other hedge funds over there, on Wall Street are gonna notice that you're pushing it too hard, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna squeeze you out. And I think that we are gonna see an increasing amount of these squeezes going on in the next couple of weeks for some of these good growth stocks that got pushed down unjustifiably to levels that were just way too extreme. Like I said in my last couple of videos, you've got a couple different types of growth stocks. I do not think that the market is going to recover perfectly even, where everything's going to advance at the same time right away. What I think is going to happen is I think you're going to have 2 types of these growth stocks. You're going to have the growth stocks like, Neo and XPeng and Star Peak, even SoFi a little bit, that kind of found their base in March. They got beat down off their highs, but they found their base and they stayed right around that level. Then you've got stocks like Skills, Lightning eMotors, a lot of these other, a lot of SPACs that just got pulverize past their March lows, and now they're getting squeezed back up. The stocks like NEO, the stocks like XPeng and Palantir, and a lot of these other ones that did find their base, I think as time goes on and we start getting earnings, we start getting catalyst, the administration comes out with more green energy, initiatives, you're going to see those stocks start to validate that they are undervalued. When NEO and XPeng, when they come out with earnings or whatever it is, they're going to pretty much let everybody know, hey, we're way too undervalued. And if you think about it, as a hedge fund or whatever that is pushing short positions, you take a look at a stock like NEO that has found its base and had some up days, has some down days, but overall is sitting right at its base. Why would you ever want to short that? Yeah, it's maybe sitting at 38, 39. What are you going to push it to 32? No, you're going to push it back up to the upside to 68 or whatever it is, because you can make more money that way. Especially with the fact that those types of stocks that did find their base, a lot of the downside's already priced in. So when earnings reports are coming up, their bad earnings, the worst case scenario is already priced in. So if they show any sign of strength, I think you're going to see a run up on those types of stocks. The stocks like Get Capital 3, that skills, those that are good stocks that are way too, far down. I think you're going to see increasing short positions because, so for example, Get Capital 3 started at like $7 and something cents yesterday when the market opened, and then it ran up, 16% or something like that, up to $9. So it's like, are you going to open a short position and try to push it back down to 7? Or are you going to open up a long position and ride it back up to 17? It just doesn't make sense to continue to push and push and push until there's no more to push. So I think in the coming weeks, we are going to see that transition of things starting to go back up to the upside and just restart the cycle. Now, growth stocks that are not as defined or not as strong, that, got pushed down probably farther than they should, but don't really have a strong business behind them, isn't going to come out with any strong guidance. I think those are the ones that you're going to see recover much, much slowly. Or slower. And so, guys, I just wanted to kind of jump in and give you a couple examples, kind of give you my thoughts. I do see the market reversing in the coming weeks. I don't think that the one green day we had yesterday is a sign that we are absolutely turning around. Bull markets have red days and bear markets have green days. But overall, I do see the market starting to transition, back into a bull market. So with that being said, let's jump in. We're going to take a look. If we look at skills here, this is what I'm talking about. Started getting pushed down, tried to find a base right here in the beginning of March, tried to push back up and then just blew right past it. Right here at the end of March, tried to find another base, blew right past it all the way into April. And then look what happened. Boom. And then it gapped up in after hours, another like 14% or 17%, since then has been pushed all the way back down. But if you look at, Lightning E-Motors, same thing. Tried to find its base right here in March, tried to make it back up, boom, blew right past it. This right here, unjustifiable. It's unreasonable for it to get past its NAV price before the merger even completes. But now the merger is complete. That floor will be removed. You can't redeem your shares anymore, but look what happened. Boom, pops 16% in a day. It is back down a little bit today, but it's down 0.5%. Again, are you going to short it back down from here to here? No, you're going to long it from here all the way up to here. So, but when you take a look at stocks like this, Palantir, they came down, found their March lows and stayed right about there. Anytime they did get below it, white candle moving back up. Same thing with NEO. Look, found its March low, stayed right there. Same with XPeng, found its March low, stayed above it. And so, guys, what I'm getting at here is I do think that the market will start advancing in the next few weeks. I don't think it's going to be perfectly even, but I do think that the good growth stocks that we've done our research on, we've got conviction in, I'm trying to buy them up at the best prices I can, because I think anybody that buys Lightning E-Motors or Get Capital 3 at $8 is going to be sitting very, very pretty by the end of the year. Anybody that buys skills at $14 is going to be sitting very pretty by the end of the year. Anybody that buys Xpeng Neo at $32, $36 is going to be sitting pretty by the end of the year. So guys, let's move on. I want to now jump into the penny stock. I am super excited about this penny stock. I'm loving it. So this is Glxz Gaming. They do iGaming, casino games. They do side bets. They've got some proprietary stuff. What a lot of their stuff is they do table games, but they've got these side bet, items on there. I'll kind of give you a tour here. Essentially, it just adds like a new dynamic to the game. You can see here like the 21 plus 3, so it adds a side bet to your blackjack. It's like 3-card poker and stuff like that. It's just not the standard Texas Hold'em, craps, roulette, blackjack. It's it's those games with the side bet, a bonus jackpot, whatever it is. They also have slot machines and things like that. They actually have 5,073 table games in 586 physical casinos in North America, the Caribbean, Central America, United Kingdom, Europe, Africa, and cruise ships. So they've got, customers all over the world. The one thing you got to think about a company like this is they got absolutely hammered in COVID because they do have a lot of physical locations and a lot of table games that are inside of casinos that got shut down during COVID. Now they did have their iGaming, part of the business that did bring them a little bit of revenue, but they are looking to expand that. Now that everything's starting to open back up, I feel like this gives us a really nice exposure to the recovery of casinos opening back up, but it also gives us exposure to the online gambling and iGaming. This is a penny stock now. They made a really nice acquisition that I like back in like January or August or something like that. I can't remember exactly what month it was. It's in their 10K. But they acquired 100% of Progressive Game Partners. Progressive Game Partners essentially was a company that owned exclusive licenses worldwide for a ton of different games. When they made that acquisition, not only did they eliminate their distributor fee from paying for that company to use and license their games, but they also got the distributor fee as income from all of the other companies that company they acquired was receiving licensing and distributor fees from. So great acquisition there, really nice acquisition there. You can go check out their website. As you can see here, they've got a ton of different games. I've played some of these when I've been in the casinos before, but I haven't gambled in a long time. I invest in stocks now. Okay, so this is their overview here. As you can see, $3.58. It's up about 2% today. If we take a look, the volume is really low. It's like 33,000 shares, 76,000 shares as an average for 3 months. Average volume for the last 7 days has gone up, though, if you look at that. 69, I guess it's down over the average of 3 months. But nonetheless, it's a low volume stock, so it's not, there's not a lot of liquidity there. If we take a look over here, the 52-week performance, look at this. It was down at 65 cents within the last year. Now it's up to 351. 358 right now. As of yesterday, the high was 351. That's up 260% in the last 52 weeks. You can see here outstanding shares about 22 million. Market cap of only $77 million. That is a very, very small company. In the sense of a penny stock, it's like a micro cap penny stock. So there is going to be risk involved here. This is not a, for sure play. This is not a value stock. This is a high risk penny stock. But after diving through the 10K, looking through the income statement, I'm liking it. I think it's got a lot of opportunity. You can see here gross profit margins 99%. That is a massive gross profit margin. If we look at their net margin, it's down 21%. Now this is in their trailing 12 months. And so when we take a look, their revenue was only 10 million, negative 51% on their revenue growth. Let's look at their income statement and I'll show you why I like them. If we look at the last 10 years, look at this revenue growth. 3.7 million, 7.2, 8.2, 9.8, 11, 12.5, 14, 18.6, 21.3, and 10.2. So guys, they were growing revenue so steadily. throughout the last 10 years. And then COVID came and boom, they cut their revenue by 50%. But they still generated $10 million with all of their casinos pretty much closed down or at very limited capacity. I really like to see this right here, because when they come out and post earnings on a full year of reopening and they do 25 million or 24 million or 21 million or whatever it is and brings it back up here around this number, I think that they will get a nice boost from that. Their gross profit is phenomenal. Look at how nice that gross profit is. When you look at the net income, a couple up years, couple down years, but they really started getting into the money last year, 2.9 million, and then they lost 2.2 million this year. Again, guys, when they can, get back to positive net income, I think they will get a boost from that and do very well. Okay, let's take a look at the chart. As you can see here, guys, they have just been running like crazy ever since, October. They got up above pre-pandemic highs right here in February of 2021. So just recently has it broke through, pre-pandemic highs and is now up above pre-pandemic highs about 84%. So it's way up above. I sent this one out in the Patreon early last week sometime at about, I think it was at $3 and gosh, I can't remember. $3.20 or 15 cents or something like that. But guys, I have no problem adding this stock even way up here at all-time highs. And the reason why I'm okay with that is because the acquisitions they make, they're growing their iGaming. They've also got these enhanced table systems that they attach to or they put on the table games that already have their side bet system that significantly increases their revenue per table. But it also significantly increases the win rate that the casino gets on those tables. So it highly incentivizes the casinos to add these enhanced table systems. So they've got a really nice plan to increase revenue, increase iGaming with, new regulation, states opening up, them getting new, opportunities into different areas for iGaming, them making that acquisition, getting the licensing fee, cutting their distributor costs, the reopening, casinos getting back to full capacity. I think this stock will do very, very well. I love the revenue growth, love the profit margin. I like the games, I like the industry, I like the stock. So you can see here, it's been nice and steady. It's not a straight wall. It's not like some of these penny stocks that trade completely flat for years and years and years and years and then boom, straight up in 2 days. No, this has been coming up for, a few months now. Really, it started running in November and then, reached pre-pandemic highs in, early February, late January. And then if we take, a look back even further, let's go take a look at a weekly chart. Overall, guys, it's not like those stocks that when you pull the weekly chart or the monthly chart and you look back 2 years, they went from being a $60 stock to a 50 to a 40 to a 10 to a 20 to, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these penny stocks, when you pull the chart on them, you can't even chart them because they've been going down for the last 10 years. This stock has been, trading sideways, not doing too much, made a little bit of a run right here in 2019, and then the pandemic killed the uptrend, and now it's making its move back up. So guys, I love this stock. I think it's going to do very, very well. Ticker symbol is GLXZ. Definitely go check it out and add it to your watch list. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. Come join us at the Patreon if you want to talk stocks. If you have any questions for me, if you've got a price target on this stock, put it down in the comments. I'd love to see it. As far as my price target on it, I don't quite have one yet, but as soon as I get one, I will let you know. But like the video if you got any value out of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.